Colin. I'm the executive director at Bear Creek Camp, and it's been a pleasure to be here with you all. I worshiped the first service. We spent some time with our youth in Sunday school, and now here we are again to worship. Bear Creek Camp is your Lutheran camp that is about an hour up the Northeast Extension near Wilkes-Barre. 3,000 acres of the most beautiful wilderness you've ever seen in your life. And more importantly, Bear Creek Camp has been about generations of people using that space as a learning laboratory. As we work on our faith, we work on ourselves, we work on our connections with one another. 1974 was the year that Camp Miller, Hagen, and Ministerium started making the transition to Bear Creek Camp. And then in 1976, Bear Creek Camp was Bear Creek Camp. It was built on the idea that people needed a place where they could come connect with one another, especially our young people. Our young people, as the radicals that we are, and I use we because I am still, I think, a young person by a definition of the ELCA as under 35, but young people need a space where we can explore what God means for us in our context. And that may look like spending time in the woods and thinking and asking big questions. And the great news is in summer camp, we have big question guiders. There are facilitators, our summer staff, our college-age students that are so good at doing the work that needs to be done of opening God up and the wonder of creation to our young people. So our advertising moment is that camp is coming. Parents in the room know that Easter is tomorrow and summer starts on Wednesday, right? So bearcreekcamp.org is our website. You can learn everything about what we're doing there. We have an open house day on May 4th. You have local resources here. We have my friend Gary, who loves camp so much that he drags me down here. No, Gary loves camp, and he will literally drag you to camp if you ask him to. My friend Kim is also a big camp advocate, and all of you are, because through your generosity, you support your campers getting camperships, and I know there's a slide somewhere you're going to see with that campership information. So thank you for your generosity here in your congregation, and also I know there are folks in this community that are generous to Bear Creek Camp directly, and those gifts go a long way to continuing the work that we do across our region. As we look to our future, 50 years is a big milestone marker, and we're going to be celebrating that, but we're also looking to our future and how we're going to increase the impact that camp has. We just engaged a strategic plan where we studied the things that were important to us, and important to us was Bear Creek Camp has been welcome and open to all for its entire history, and we continue to strive to find ways to welcome everyone. Some of that includes reducing those financial barriers. Some of that looks at our best practices and says, how do we make sure that camp is a place where everyone can encounter God's love? So thank you all for being partners, whether you know it or not, in the work that we do together. I look forward to seeing many of you this summer, and I also look forward to answering any questions, hearing all your stories about camp, and make sure you're finding our young people that are already going to camp and talking to them. Ask them how God is making a difference in their life. And you know what? Just ask them, was it super fun going down the zip line this summer? Because that's also an important story they want to share with you. So thank you for allowing us to be here. Thank you for your partnership.